Welcome back, everybody, to Paranormal, the New Normal, presents Paranormal Primetime. And that's right, we're back another week. Malachi is back with me as always to discuss another two episodes of everybody's favorite show, Supernatural. We're getting into season three now, and we're getting to some good ones. So, well, before we get started on that, Malachi, how's your life been?
It's been going. How about you?
Can't complain too much, but no, I can, but who gives a fuck? Uh but
Same shit,
I'm
different week.
basically. But I'm here to talk about Supernatural, and that's what we're here for. So let's get on this shit, because I'm dying to get in this first episode badly. So that's your episode. You get the good ones somehow almost every fucking
Hey,
time.
hey, 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 I'm fucking jealous. Next week you get the Christmas episode.
Oh fuck yes, fuck you. Yes.
I think that's the first fucking Christmas episode.
I'm pretty sure it's the only one. They really didn't do too many. They
Maybe
usually were just
not,
all
maybe not.
they usually didn't do episodes during Christmas time,
Okay.
so it usually
I
wasn't.
will
Like usually,
I will say that mine season 3 episode 5 bedtime stories would have been a good standalone Halloween episode. And it's
eh,
funny because it came out November 1st
yep.
in 2007. So but I mean, if anybody's not following along and they just wanted to watch one episode for Halloween, I thought that was a pretty good episode. What do you think?
Oh, it's a classic. It's one of my favorite episodes.
Okay. Well, let's get into it here. Um, we're starting out at a late night construction site. We got these three guys. They're arguing over, the one guy wanted to use fucking bricks, and the other guy, ordered this shitty ass wood. And as they're arguing, they hear some growling, and they go check it, and they don't find anything. And then one of the men is attacked by like what seems like just an invisible creature, and then another dude fucking gets attacked, and then he see the last guy, and then we hear this growl like a wolf growl, and he screams, and then we cut scene. So we go to Sam and Dean arguing about conjuring the Crossroads demon. A little bit. I mean, it's still a one-off, but a little bit. They've got the cult working, and Sam wants to conjure the Crossroad demons to try to get Dean's soul back, to like threaten this fucking demon. And fucking Dean just starts yelling at Sam, and Sam tells Dean, "Hey, you're not dad, dude." And then Dean came up with, "But I am the oldest," which I thought was pretty fucking funny.
It is
Uh,
funny. It is funny because in a previous episode, when when Sam told Dean that he's 4 years older than him, Dean was like, "Since when?" So he only likes being older when he actually works for him. But
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, shit, they're still pretty young. I wish I
oh
was
yeah,
their age in real life at that time.
seriously.
Little babies. So then Dean switches up the subject and he starts talking about this case where we just had these three dudes, three, who were attacked by something that seems they're thinking it's like a fucking werewolf at this time. So they think they need to move quickly because the lunar cycle is about to go away. So they need to find it quick. Then we cut to the boys dressed up like fucking investigators, and they come in there, and we find out there was a survivor. One of those three dudes did survive, and he's been expecting a sketch artist, which is pretty funny. And
Wait, wait,
Dean immediately says Sam's the sketch artist.
hold up. You just gonna skip over what the hell they use for fake names this time?
I did, yeah, I didn't write that down.
Detectives Plant and Detective Page, aka
Plant
Robert
and
Plant,
Page.
Robert Plant and Jimmy Page. It's a Led Zeppelin reference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan, but
They the writer of the show must the fucking I don't know if it's McGee or what, but someone loves Zeppelin that is in charge of this show. There's a
oh
lot
shit,
of
I didn't get the writer
oh
and director.
I think I wrote it. Yeah, written by Catherine Humphris and directed by Mike Roll.
Okay, so we got some new ones. But yeah, the whole show has some sort of Led Zeppelin fanaticism for sure. Um, so we find out that not only was this dude like working at the construction site where the two dudes got ganked, like the other two dudes were his brothers. So the brother starts describing this person, and Sam and Dean are like, "But did he have scary teeth? And what did his eyes look like?" And the dude ends up describing just like an average guy, not a fucking monster. But they say the dude did have a tattoo of Wile E. Coyote. So Dean goes off and talks to Kyle, which we find out the surviving brother's name is Kyle's doctor. And as Dean leaves the fucking room, Kyle asks Sam to see his sketch of the culprit. And it is like little round. It's like a stick figure if you made all of the orifices round. It's pretty fucking horrible. It's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
about as good as
You'd
I could
have to
do, but still.
about as good as I could do. But he's supposed to be the sketch artist. So then we cut to Dean making fun of Sam about this fucking sketch. And then Dean tells Sam that none of the hearts were removed from the two brothers. They did have other organs removed, but there's no hearts, so it's obviously not a fucking werewolf. So then we cut to another cut scene. We're cutting to a couple that's lost in the woods. I'm guessing husband and wife, and they stumble across this fucking house, and they find this old lady that tells them they're like super deep in the woods. And the husband like sees this pie bacon in the window, and she offers him a rest. And the wife says, "No, like we got to get out of here." But big dude sees the fucking pie, and he's like, "No, come on, old lady, we'll be fine." So after eating the pie, they realize that they were drugged, and then Grandma brings out this like 16-inch knife, unless Grandma's like 4 foot, and just cuts big dude right across the throat, and then starts stabbing the hell out of him. And then we're back to the hospital where the boys see cops as they're trying to like investigate this new lady, and they're still wanted, like really wanted at this time. So they try to duck the cops, and then they come across the survivor from Grandma, and the doctor turns to him, Dr. Gayerson. I might add, there are two South Park character references in this one. Dr. Gayerson says the whole fucking town's gone crazy, dude. What's going on? And when Sam and Dean are talking to the surviving wife, she says that the reason she was able to survive is she didn't eat as much as Ken did, and then she shoved Grandma and she smacked her dome right on the oven there, and she thinks she might have killed Grandma too. Um, but she also says she saw this little girl out of the window, and then it just vanished into air. But she's thinking like this might have been whatever drugs Grandma gave us. So she's not 100% confident on this. But Sam and Dean, they go and investigate Grandma's house, and there is no sulfur detected. But Sam finds like a fuckload of EMF by the window where the girl would have seen the little girl, or the lady would have seen the little girl. And then this is where this is where it gets funny. Sam brings up that these are all fairy tales, right? We got Hansel and Gretel, the couple that go and they find a house in the middle of the woods with the cute old grandma who tries to fucking kill him. And then the three little pigs, because all of the brothers were a little bit more heavy set, arguing over which materials to build their houses out of, and then a wolf eats them. And um, that's when Dean says, "I thought fairy tales always ended happily ever after." And Sam gets into, "No, we got the old Grimm fairy tales, which they're all are based off of. I mean, those things all end in a shit show." And I guess the funny part's next. But Dean asks, so they got to go do some research, and they're going to go look for this little girl. And Dean finds out that there are no missing or murdered little girls in that town that are like little white pale girls with dark black hair. And as they're talking about this, they stumble across a little frog, and Dean's like, "I ain't kissing that thing." But then they look across the street and they see a pumpkin, and Sam says, "Hey, look at that." And Dean's like, "What? It's pumpkin. It's close to Halloween." And then Sam talks about the mice and shit, and this is supposed to be representing Cinderella, where Dean replies, "Dude, could you be any more gay?" And then he follows that up with, "Don't answer that." That was the funniest part of the episode.
Yeah.
So they break into this house, guns drawn. What did you think about that? That was kind of weird.
Yeah,
Not
I
an
mean it's
abandoned house.
I mean, oh, well, I mean there wait a minute. You skipped a scene.
What scene did they skip?
The scene that explains why they're breaking into a house.
Well, I told about the Cinderella shit. They had the mice, and they think that there's a fucking little girl that's locked up in the. If all these are fairy tales, then it must be a stepmother locking the daughter up and shit. But we're gonna get to that in a minute.
After they do research, they go back to the hospital. After they did the research, it goes right back to the hospital.
I got a hospital shit after this scene.
All right, well, go ahead. I'm gonna tell you you're doing it wrong, but go ahead.
I just watched this shit like 3 hours ago.
Uh,
Okay. So they break into this fucking house, guns drawn, like crazy, like a regular suburban looking ass house, shit everywhere, not like shit everywhere like a hoarder, but like people are definitely living in here. And they find a girl who's beaten up and chained to the oven by her stepmom, just like sort of Cinderella was. So as this is going on, Dean spots the little pale girl, and then she just vanishes. He chases her through the house, and she vanishes and leaves a fucking apple. So that's when Dean comes. Dean and Sam are talking, and he says, "Does the apple mean anything to you, fairy tale boy?" And Dean says, or Sam says, "Snow White." Gets into the whole Snow White story. And then Dean replies, "I saw that, the porn version." And then Sam gets into, or they both start talking, and they're like, maybe this girl's not dead. Maybe the like the apple represents poison that just like put this bitch into a deep sleep coma type thing. And that's when they check back into the hospital, and they find that there are no comatose little girls, but there is this girl, Kaylee, that Dr. Gayerson's daughter that's been here for like a long time, right? And then they cut to Gayerson reading Little Red Riding Hood to this, I would say, 30-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Same description as the little girl. And as he's reading it, we got like a back and forth cut scene of him reading, the boys walking in, and the dude with the Wile E. Coyote tattoo, he's helping this old lady, another grandma, into her van with her groceries, and then he just fucking like ransacks grandma and throws her in her van and steals her van and drives away.
He beat the shit out of her.
Uh,
They straight up showed him
yeah,
like punching the fuck out of her in the back seat. It was like, what the fuck?
yeah, it's kind of crazy. So did I miss the scene, or was that the scene you were
No,
thinking?
I forgot about that house. I forgot about that house. I was thinking of the next house they were going to. But
Okay, so she had I guess the ghost girl, the 30-year-old girl, has been there since she was 8. When the dude's wife, her stepmom, Garrison's wife, the ghost mom's stepmom, found her after she had drank bleach, and the stepmother's dead at this point. So if we're going with the Cinderella theory here, the stepmom's already dead. Um, Dean, and this is I thought this was a cool reference. Dean brings up the scene or the scenario from The Sixth Sense where the little girl is. Remember the little girl that pukes and
yeah,
like she's
yeah,
in the tent with the kid and she's like, "I'm feeling much better now." My wife and
yeah,
I, every time we have to puke and we're puking it up, we always say that to each other. I'm feeling much better now. But that stepmom was poisoning the daughter because of Munchausen's by proxy motive. Like
yeah,
the stepmom wanted all the fucking attention.
yeah. What's her name? What's her name's mom? That freaking. She has a freaking reality show now. What the hell's her name? It's a weird fucking name too. I forget.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. There was a girl who like killed 2 of her daughters and is famous now or some
No,
shit.
no, 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 no. What the hell's her
Oh,
name? Harley, if you're still watching, I know you know it by heart. What the hell is it? What's the name of that little girl? That freaking her mother had Munchausen by proxy. Oh, it's like right in the tip of my fucking tongue. I'll think of it eventually, but it's
okay.
that white. Fuck! It's right there.
Isn't there a girl that like maybe a couple years ago that like killed her, got off for killing her 2 daughters, and then
I
she
have.
did like reality TV or some fucking podcast or something?
Ah, oh, Gypsy Rose. That's her name.
Gypsy
Yeah,
Rose. I don't
Gypsy
know if I
Rose.
know that one.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Yeah, she.
What'd she
They
do?
had this show on Hulu. No, they had this show on Hulu years ago where it was when she was a kid and her mother like basically it was about how her mother said that her daughter was always sick all the time and she really wasn't, and like she was forcing
Mm.
medication on her daughter and everything to make her sick. And a year or so ago, the daughter killed the mother. Like she's a 20-something-year-old now, but she killed the mother, and
Did she
like
get
now she has her
off?
own reality show. Yeah, I think she got off. I think she got off because of what her mother did.
Good for her. Okay, back to the show. Sam and Dean are in the fucking hospital, and Grandma comes, and the boys put 2 and 2 together, right? They just heard fucking Garrison talking about Red Riding Hood to her daughter, and now Grandma is coming in. So they need to find the granddaughter. Who cut to we are shown this little girl wearing a red sweater, and she sees her grandma's minivan, which like sort of pulls away from the school, and then she walks up to the minivan, gets in, and says, "Hi, Grandma." And then we see the doors lock, and this weirdo with the Wile E. Coyote tattoo look back, and not a good scene there. So as Dean is looking for Little Red Riding Hood, Sam's task is to explain to Dr. Garrison that your wife poisoned your fucking daughter, which that would be a hard pill for anybody to swallow, right? The wife is already dead. Her stepmom's already dead. And he says, "Your daughter's a spirit." And then that's when the doctor's like, "Wait, you've seen her too?" So Dean ends up finding Little Red, and he's attacked by Wile E. Coyote. And as Dean's getting his ass kicked while Sam is describing the ghost to the doctor, cut back and forth, back and forth. And that's when the doctor's like, "You're not a cop, right?" And Sam drops the hard news: "Your wife poisoned your daughter." And then he says, "Listen to your daughter," which didn't make a whole lot of sense until the end of the like. I don't know where you'd go with that one. It's a little bit of a stretch, but we'll get through it. So as Dean's getting his ass kicked, the little pale ghost girl's watching him, and she's kind of smiling. And then her dad starts calling his daughter to this like 30-year-old comatose daughter lady. And then Sam's like, "Hey, dude, your daughter's behind you." And we see the little ghost girl again. And he asks, like, "Is it true that your stepmom poisoned you?" And she, like, fucking shakes her little head. And then she's like, "You gotta," or he says, "You gotta stop, baby. It's time to go." And Doc kisses his 30-year-old comatose daughter, and all of a sudden, all of her breathing equipment and shit goes beep, and she dies. So at this time, Sam and Dean, or Dean and the Wile E. Coyote dude, are just like fighting on the ground, and Dean's got some scissors. He's about to stab this dude in the heart, and he snaps out of it, and he's like, "Where the fuck am I? What is going on?" And Dean doesn't stab him in the heart. Uh, they say goodbye to the doc, who says, "I should have let her go a long time ago." And this is when Dean's like, "Hey, he's got some good advice," referring to himself for Sam. And then that's when Sam gets really pissed off, and he's like, "Is that what you want me to do? You just want me to forget about you?" So then we cut to a little breakaway scene at the end here. They're both sleeping in their motel room. It's dark. Sam sneaks out, and he summons this crossroads demon, which, fun fact, was actually Sam's real life girlfriend at the time. Sam
Yeah,
does
I saw
seem to
that.
have a type, huh?
Yeah, kind of.
She kind of looks like the next one who may or may not be in the show.
Eh, we'll see about that.
They're similar. Okay, then he pulls out the Colt, which isn't like the OG Colt, and the demon knows that Ruby gave it to him. Speaking of ex girlfriends,
Which
she asks,
the first first name drop.
"Oh, of Ruby?"
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't, because I've been thinking it's Ruby the whole time. That was the first name drop, huh?
yeah.
Okay, okay. Um, she asks if he wants to break the deal or if he wants Dean to die. Like she's basically saying, like, "Do you really want to break this deal, or once your brother's gone, is life gonna be easier?" And Sam's like, "Fuck you." And then she has to explain to him, like, "Hey, I don't have Dean's soul. I'm just the saleswoman. Somebody else holds the fucking contract." And this is when Sam shoots her right in the head, killing both the demon and the girl she was possessing.
And
Dun dun
this is also
dun!
kind of also the first foreshadowing of a future major character, but way ahead foreshadowing. So we'll get to that when we get to that.
What do you rate it?
Honestly, this one would be like a. It could be like a 4.4 for me.
I'm giving it a
I love
5
the whole
because,
fairy.
like I said, it could be a Halloween episode you watch once every 5 years. Very good
Yeah,
standalone.
yeah, I liked it. I mean, but let's see. Time for my episode, which eh, was good, but not as good as that one was.
Next week, though, yours was pretty good, dude. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah, it was. My episode, folks, is Red Sky at Morning. It's season 3, episode 6, written by Lawrence Andres and directed by Cliff Bole. I don't know how to say that. But we start off the episode. We see a woman running at night, and all of a sudden she sees a ghost ship in the harbor. And then later on, we get to see her in the shower. We don't get to really see anything, but we get to see her in the shower. And unfortunately, she was kind of hot. But
I thought Jeremy
uh,
would like that scene.
and oh yeah, and while she's showering, a figure appears behind her, attacks her, and she dies of drowning mysteriously. We switch back to Dean and Sam, and we see Dean's confronting Sam about having killed the Crossroads demon due to the fact that there's a bolt missing from the cult. And he's all pissed off at Sam, and Sam's like, I don't care. You can be pissed as much as you want. But they go visit Gertrude Case, who is apparently the aunt of the girl who died, and they inquire about what happened with her death. And they're surprised when Gert, who is hitting on Sam this whole time, suggests Sheila may have seen a ghost ship and asks if they're working the case with Alex. We don't know who Alex is at this point, but Dean just automatically is like, yeah, we're working with her. And so the old woman starts being more friendly to them. They go outside to find out that baby's missing. Dean's Impala's missing. Until we hear a familiar voice say, "Looking for an old Impala?" And they turn around and see Bella from I think 2 episodes ago, or yeah, it was two
Or,
episodes ago,
better known as
4 episodes, or better known as
Maggie
Maggie from
from
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead. There we go. Okay. Just to clue
But
people
she
in.
appears and but she shows up and she says that she had it towed because she tells them that it was in a tow zone, and she's telling them like, "What are you doing? I'm scamming this old woman by selling them fake charms and doing seances for them." She says that she, calling herself Alex, had convinced Gert that she had solved her niece's murder, but after the boy showed up, Gert is withholding her payment now. And we jump scenes again, and another man dies drowning at his home. Sam and Dean go talk to his brother and find out that they both saw a ghost ship that while night diving. They try to protect the brother, but then that next night he's visited by the sailor's ghost and he's drowned. And we finally get to see a good shot of the ghost, which was a pretty good image. But
I will say yours did have like some fucking spot on graphics. Like that was pretty good on your show.
yeah, it wasn't bad.
Even
It
later in
wasn't
the
bad graphics
scene.
on it. Yep. Yeah. Uh so we switch to scene. We switch to the next scene, and we also see Bella burst into the house that both the boys are like kind of hanging out in, squatting, and she gives them shit for just squatting in random houses rather than actually getting like real nice hotel rooms or something. But she tells them that the ghost ship is the Espirito Santo, and it's a death omen. The ghost is that of a sailor who was hanged for treason, and his hand was removed after death to make a hand of glory. And she suggests that they need to retrieve and salt and burn the hand in order to get rid of the spirit. They're asking why she all of a sudden she wants to help, and she just kind of ignores them. And uh, the old lady gets invitations for the three of them to go to a function at the Maritime Museum where the Hand of Glory is kept. And while Sam is keeping Gert busy the whole time, letting him he gets all nice and felt up. Uh, Dean and Bella go off on a mission to steal the Hand of Glory. Oh yeah, and I totally skipped over the part where the best scene in the episode, where Dean walks downstairs in his tux, and Maggie from Walking Dead straight up says like, "Oh, we should so hate fuck later."
Well, I thought that was even weirder. Is like they're in suits all the fucking time. How much different is a suit than a a
Tux,
tuxedo.
a
Like
tux is a lot
he's
more.
a
Tuxes are a lot more form fitting and they're a lot more tighter, so they show off a lot more. They're
yeah,
meant to
but
make
like
you.
Dean's all embarrassed about the way he looked. I thought that was weird. He's in a suit like every other fucking episode.
Yeah, I mean, I can get it. Suits are more comfortable, and tuxes are like dressing up and shit. Like, and Dean's a big kid, so he probably hates dressing up. But
But yeah, they do want to have angry sex after.
yes, they do. So we have some fun scenes in the museum while they're stealing the hand, including Bella faking getting lucky in a room to get a guard to go away. And Dean, as Dean's coming back, he's like, "Oh, I hope my wife's enjoying herself." And the guy's like, "Oh, she's enjoying herself plenty." But
Yeah. Thinking like there's someone else in there, sucker.
yeah. But they get all done. They meet up with Sam and Bella. We find out that Bella tricked Dean that she took the object, which she sells to a client, which was her goal all along. But then she sees the ghost ship.
You skipped off over Sam getting like really groped and
Mm, I said that
how
shit when.
firm he is.
Well, I didn't need to go in details about how firm Jared Padalecki is, but I'm good on that. But I said he was getting all felt up, but uh, so after Bella sees the ghost ship, Sam and Dean figured out what links all the deaths as the people who were involved. That they were all people that were involved in the death of a family member of their own. So Bella shows up and starts asking them for help, and they're like, "Oh, we thought you were bad before, but you're so much worse now. Who did you kill?" And she admits that she was involved in someone's death, but she won't go into details about it. So they go to the cemetery, and they're at the sailor's grave. Sam summons the ghost of the ship's captain who had the sailor killed, who we end up finding out is actually his brother. And upon arguing with each other for a little while, they merge and disappear magically, and Bella's life is saved. Yay! And she shows her thanks back at the boys' squatting location by throwing each boy 10K in fucking cash. Which that'd be nice. I would fucking take that in a second for like doing. They did nothing. They literally did nothing.
Well, when they were doing the incantation, there was a first name drop there. Did you catch it? They're summoning something.
I didn't catch it. I heard the summoning, but I didn't hear. I really didn't. It was all Latin. I thought.
Yeah, and they summon Castiel.
Oh, I did hear that. I did hear that. I just forgot about that. Yeah, I
And
actually
that
did hear that.
scene where the brothers, like the fucking brother who got hung and his hand cut off, is like super pissed
Yeah.
at his other brother who's saying he's sorry. And then he like fucking merges into him with this wave. I thought for 2007, that was like awesome fucking graphics for a TV show.
Oh yeah, it was definitely was. But anyway, so we in the final scene we see the boys get in the car, and Dean's all excited because they're going to Atlantic City for some fun with their 10K, and he's Dean apologizes to Sam for the pain his bargain with the Crossroads Demon is causing, but Sam, all pissy, says that he doesn't want Dean to worry about him. He wants Dean to care about himself. Meh. And we end the episode on that slight Gale-meter alert.
Yeah, there's little tears in Dean's eyes at the end there. Hold it in, pussy.
Yep.
What do you rate it?
Yeah, I'd give it a 3.2 maybe. It wasn't that great.
I thought it was an interesting episode. I'm going to give it a 4, though, because it does not seem like Dean and Bella ended up doing the angry freak nasty at the end.
She'll
Huh?
I'm pretty sure she'll be back at some point. But
Maybe.
and apparently the ship name is the ship's name, the Espirito Santo. It translates to the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit, actually. So That's
Okay.
kind of funny.
Sacrilegious. Good to go.
But yeah, but that's basically all I got for this one. There wasn't anything hidden in this one. This one was kind of just. It seems like this one was a filler episode more than anything.
It's kind of like a
Like all it did was bring Bella back.
true crime mystery type thing. And yeah, you didn't get to like guess a whole lot. Yeah, it was an okay
I
episode.
mean, but I mean, I mean, it was a filler episode, really. I mean, it's a ghost ship. I mean, ghost ships are so freaking stupid, but they're real. But
Not
yes,
as
they
bad
are
as
incredibly like.
bugs.
Oh God, no. At least this one was entertaining, and there were some
Yeah.
points that made you laugh a little bit. But well, folks, next week we have two amazing episodes for you. I'm pretty sure. So come back next week and hear about the episodes 7 and 8 of season 3. Until next time,
Feliz
remember.
Navidad.
And with that, goodbye, everybody.